Being a kid from San Antonio, did you ever think you'd be fighting a legend like Manny Pacquiao?
Oh, never, never. Like, I mean, right? Like those are fights you think about in your head as like a dream scenario. But yeah, no, it's crazy. Yeah, like being a brown kid from San Antonio. Now now facing like Manny Pacquiao, defending my title. It's huge. It's huge.
Come on, face up. Where's the man? All right, thank you guys.
So why'd you say like what the fuck? Like,
well, because I was like, dude, like it was a Pacquiao, and I was like, like I knew he was retired, and like it just wasn't like a fight that I had ever really like
thought about.
Yeah, thought about or pictured unfolding like in my head.
He was born the same year Manny Pacquiao began his legendary pro boxing career, and now he's stepping into the ring to defend his title against him. Mario Barrios just faced off with the iconic Pac-Man and opened up about what this fight truly means. For Barrios, it's more than just a title defense, it's a dream come true. Facing his childhood idol feels surreal, and the emotion behind it is clear. So what did he have to say about going toe-to-toe with a legend? Let's dive in. Pacquiao will end his nearly 4-year retirement with a return bout against Mario Barrios for the WBC Welterweight Championship on July 19th in Las Vegas.
Ladies and gentlemen, Saturday, July 19th, first ballot International Boxing Hall of Famer Manny "Pac-Man" Pacquiao will look to add another memorable highlight to his legendary career and become the oldest welterweight champion in history, breaking his own record when he challenges the hard-hitting WBC welterweight champion of the world, Mario El.
This event marks a monumental moment in boxing. Not just because Pacquiao is making a comeback, but because he's stepping into the ring against a fighter who grew up watching him. The matchup between these two action-focused athletes has stirred intense excitement as both fighters recently shared their thoughts and first impressions during the build-up to the fight. During the official press conference, Mario Barrios didn't hold back in expressing what this fight means to him. He acknowledged the gravity of the moment, defending his world title against a global icon. For Barrios, this was never something he imagined would actually happen. From the outside looking in, it's a textbook case of the student meeting the master, but with everything on the line. He made it clear that fans should expect a war on July 19th.
I'm defending my WBC title against a legend. This is huge. Something I never really, pictured unfolding, but it's here, and it's on one of the biggest cards of the year. I'm just, I'm stoked to be here. I'm stoked for this opportunity. And yeah, July 19th is going to be a night of boxing I don't want to miss. Thank you.
On the other side, Manny Pacquiao showed his usual composure and humility. After nearly 4 years out of the ring, he showed deep appreciation for the opportunity to return, especially at his age. He gave thanks to his support system, his team, the promoters, and most importantly, to the fans who continue to back him after all these years. His demeanor was calm, grateful, and focused, traits that have defined him throughout his legendary career. At one point during the press event, a reporter pointed out the challenge Barrios faces emotionally and professionally. While both men respect each other, the reality of the fight is that Barrios will have to hurt the man he idolized. Barrios responded with honesty, acknowledging the difficulty of the situation, but also making it clear that his duty on fight night is to win. He knows what's at stake, his championship, his reputation, and perhaps the biggest opportunity of his career.
First of all, I would like to thank God for this another opportunity in my life that I never imagined that I'm back. And to PBC Promotion, TGB, and especially to all Himan, to all the organizers, to all the media and fans. Nice to see you guys again. And to the boxing fans all over the world, thank you for accepting me again as a boxer. And I hope that this July 19 can entertain you guys for this our performance with Mario Barrios. I want to say thank you to his family also, and to my team Pacquiao.
Meanwhile, Pacquiao was asked about his motivation for coming back at this stage in life. His response made it clear that this is about more than personal glory. He sees this as part of a broader legacy, one that involves setting an example for younger generations. Pacquiao continues to position himself not just as a fighter, but as a mentor and inspiration to aspiring athletes across the world.
My goal is to leave a legacy to the boxing fans. Legacy that can inspire to those young generation who are dreaming for to be a champion, to be known as a champion not only in boxing industry but to the boxing fans all over the world.
The press conference eventually led to the traditional face-off. Unlike many fighters in the modern combat sports world, Pacquiao doesn't rely on trash talk or intimidation. True to form, he remained respectful, composed, and even smiling as he stood across from Barrios. That mutual respect was mirrored by Barrios, who couldn't help but smile back, visibly in awe of the moment. Despite being the title holder, Barrios looked like a fighter who was still processing the reality that he would soon share the ring with someone who shaped his love for the sport. But perhaps the most revealing moment came after the event, away from the cameras and stage lights. Behind the scenes, Barrios became much more open about the emotional weight of this fight. It was here that he admitted how surreal the experience has been. From seeing Pacquiao up close to preparing to fight him on one of boxing's biggest stages. For Barrios, this isn't just about defending a title, it's about stepping into history. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that goes beyond belts and rankings. This is the kind of fight that lives in the dreams of young boxers, and now it's his reality.
Being a kid from San Antonio, did you ever think you'd be fighting a legend like Manny Pacquiao?
Oh, never. Like, I mean, right? Like those are fights you think about in your head as like a dream scenario. But yeah, no, it's crazy. Yeah, like being a brown kid from San Antonio. Now now facing Manny Pacquiao, defending my title. It's huge. It's huge.
Mario Barrios is confident in his skills, his youth, and the momentum behind his career. He believes these attributes are exactly what will help him stop the old lion in front of him, none other than Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, you're 30, he's 46, hasn't fought in 4 years. Like, in your mind, how do you see the fight going? How are you going to beat Manny, or what do you see yourself doing to him?
Yeah, no, I just had to use all of that. Like the as busy as I've been in my career. The attributes I have, the skill set I have, the youth is on my side. So it's my job just to go in there, use all of that again, just make sure I still walk out holding that title.
For Barrios, this isn't just another title defense, it's the biggest fight of his life. A win over Pacquiao would mean everything, not just a victory over a living legend, but the validation he needs to cement himself as the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. His journey to this moment has been a roller coaster. Barrios first captured the vacant WBC interim welterweight title in a tough battle against Yordenis Ugas. It was a hard-earned win that put him on the radar as a real contender. He followed it up with a successful defense against Fabian Maidana, showcasing his ability to stay composed and sharp under pressure. The defining moment of his championship reign came when he faced Abel Ramos in what was supposed to be the unification bout to decide the true welterweight king. However, the fight ended in a draw, an anticlimactic outcome that left more questions than answers. Though the result allowed Barrios to be officially declared the undisputed champ, the performance didn't fully convince the boxing world. It wasn't a definitive win, it was a technicality. That's why this upcoming fight with Pacquiao carries so much weight. A clear victory over the legendary Filipino icon would silence all doubts and erase any asterisks surrounding his current title status. It would be the kind of win that redefines a career and elevates a champion into elite territory. After the recent face-off with Pacquiao, Barrios was visibly reflective about the magnitude of this opportunity. He admitted that stepping into a bout like this is something he never thought would happen.
Head of TV here in Las Vegas, being joined with Mario Barrios, who's fighting Manny Pacquiao, which is crazy, right? You're fighting Manny Pacquiao.
Wild, man. I never would have thought.
When he was first offered the fight, his initial reaction was disbelief. Pacquiao had already retired, and Barrios never even considered the idea that he might get the chance to face someone who was already enshrined in the sport's history. The idea of fighting him seemed like a fantasy until it suddenly became real.
Wait. So why'd you say like what the fuck? Like,
Well, because I was like, dude, like it was a Pacquiao, and I was like, like I knew he was retired, and like it just wasn't like a fight that I had ever really like
thought about?
yeah, thought about or pictured unfolding like in my head. So yeah, then like around March was when I was like I got the word that okay, like we're gonna start working on this for real, like all the details. I'm like, oh damn, this is really happening. Like, okay, cool. Like I'm like, all right, like let's get it.
From the very beginning of his boxing journey, Manny Pacquiao has been a household name in Barrios' world. The impact of Pacquiao's legacy is not lost on him. Getting the chance to share the ring with someone of that stature is not just exciting, it's deeply meaningful.
It's still like when you think about it, like is it still crazy for you? Like you're fighting like Manny Pacquiao, like who you weren't even born yet, and he was already like fighting. I think he might have had like a world title. I'm not sure, but yeah.
It might have, yeah, no, dude. Like he's like again, like from my earliest memories, you know, anytime I thought about boxing, he was a name that I knew, like in the sport. And like I said, it doesn't matter what generation you're from. Like I think just in general, Manny is one of those names, like universally. Like when you think about boxing, like you know who he is, and like you know like what he brings in his fight. So yeah, man. I mean, we're here. I'm defending, my title against him. So yeah, it's crazy, but I mean, I'm excited.
Barrios also gave some insight into the face-off moment that had fans buzzing. He mentioned how he's watched Pacquiao's previous stare-downs with other fighters and noticed how Manny always maintains a calm, smiling demeanor. This time was no different. Pacquiao tried to keep his composure, but Barrios could tell he was holding back a smile. The two shared a brief, almost lighthearted moment. But behind that friendly energy, both men understand that smiles won't mean anything once the bell rings.
It's still like when you think about it, like is it still crazy for you? Like you're fighting like Manny Pacquiao, like who you weren't even born yet, and he was already like fighting. I think he might have had like a world title. I'm not sure, but yeah.
It might have, yeah, no, dude. Like he's like again, like from my earliest memories, anytime I thought about boxing, he was a name that I knew, like in the sport. And like I said, it doesn't matter what generation you're from. Like I think just in general, Manny is one of those names, like universally. Like when you think about boxing, like you know who he is, and like you know like what he brings in his fight. So yeah, man. I mean, we're here. I'm defending, my title against him. So yeah, it's crazy, but I mean, I'm excited.
Barrios was quick to point out that despite the laughs and smiles now, the atmosphere will change completely once they're in the ring. This isn't just a friendly exhibition, it's a high-stakes championship fight, and Barrios is fully aware that Pacquiao switch flips when it's time to fight.
Then I'm on, like, I see your mind games. Yeah, no, like, again, like, I know come fight night, there's not going to be any smiles from either of us. I know the threat he is, and what he brings, whenever he steps inside the ring. So I was like, but for now it's fun.
Even with all the competitiveness and seriousness of the moment, Barrios couldn't hide his admiration for Pacquiao's return to the ring at 46 years old. The level of determination and conditioning required to compete at that age is something that commands respect. While Barrios may not be thrilled about fighting someone who's such a beloved role model, especially one he looked up to growing up, he acknowledges the courage it takes for Pacquiao to come back and face a younger active champion.
Yeah, man. I mean, Manny's 46. He wants to come back. He wants to fight me for my title. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'll be honored. But yeah, he's trying to do something like legendary, something not many people have done, and I respect it.
In many ways, this fight represents a collision of eras. Barrios stands at the edge of his prime, with youth, energy, and recent success behind him. Pacquiao, on the other hand, is the symbol of greatness, someone whose resume includes titles across 8 weight divisions and unforgettable wars with the biggest names in the sport. But now they're on equal footing. Titles are on the line. Careers could change forever. For Barrios, a win means finally shaking off the doubts from the Abel Ramos draw and solidifying himself as the true king of the welterweight division. For Pacquiao, it's one last chance to prove that time hasn't caught up with him just yet.
But it's been done before, man. Foreman done it, Hopkins did it. That Leonard came back, also and did it after a long retirement. So, is it possible? Yeah. Does he have the talent to do it? Yeah. Was he one of the best fighters of all times? Yeah. So,
if Barrios emerges victorious, it could catapult him into boxing stardom, elevating him from a respected champion to a household name. But if Pacquiao pulls off the upset, it could shake up the entire boxing world. A win at this stage of his career might not only extend his legendary run, but also reignite serious talks of a long-awaited rematch with Floyd Mayweather. As the fight draws closer, fans are beginning to realize this bout isn't just about youth versus experience or champion versus legend. It's about validation, legacy, and passing the torch, or refusing to let it go. But what about you, fight fans? Do you think Pacquiao is making a mistake to return at 46 and face the current champion in his prime? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.